everybody, welcome to Ask Sam. So today I'm going to talk about my health and fitness. It started with this fabulous lady. You can find her Instagram details below, and this picture that I found surfing online and the message. So there is no force equal to the strength of a determined woman. And look at her body. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl crush. That's how I want to look. Like, that's how I feel 90% of the time inside, but my body doesn't look like that. So we got some work to do. Let me fill you in a moment. Hi everyone. So you saw the lady. She is my daily fitness inspiration. So she's in my office. She's on part of my vision board. She's kind of in the middle because I think that's the center of everything. Like, if I'm not well and if I don't feel good about myself, then I'm not going to be able to perform well within my businesses, with my family, everything. So she's sort of almost in the middle of my vision board. Fitness has been something I have not taken seriously before. It kind of comes and goes, a bit like fashion or a season. When I was younger, I was in every sports team. I did very well, but I wasn't really encouraged, and I was seen as sort of pigeonholed. Like, okay, yeah, she can run fast. Just get her to do all these sports. And I think my mom was quite fearful that I wasn't going to fully explore my intellect and other things that I might be good at. So she wasn't necessarily 100% supportive, and there was a lot of stuff going on those days, kind of with a lot of the children of colour being pushed into certain things, and other areas of education in particular not being looked at closely. Anyway, so in our household, cake was our food of choice. So I am a reformed cakeaholic, but it is difficult. I grew up in a household where my mom baked. She worked full time. She was studying everything, but she baked. So it was like, let's have cake because I've had a good day at work, or I've had a good day at school, or you've had a good day at school. Let's have cake because I've had a shit day at work, or I've had a horrible day at school. Let's have cake because it's a Saturday. Let's have cake because it's a Monday, etc, etc, etc. So very early on, I learnt my sweet tooth. So for me, even sort of like as an adult to fairly recently, through self-awareness and sort of doing exercise and really looking at myself, I've realised I have a really serious sweet tooth, and I have to really mentally deal with that most days, but particularly I've noticed when I'm having a bad day. Cake is my comfort. Some people drink, some people smoke, some people do drugs. For me, it's cake. So I could quite easily before eat a whole packet of chocolate biscuits. I really love cake, but anything sweet I can make do with. Cake, biscuits, chocolate. Let's not even talk about homemade things. So if I'm around people who bake, or sort of like, oh, someone made you a cake, I'm like, oh my gosh. But then just the smell is enough to get me hooked. So I kind of realised that also around the time I had my son, because there's quite a big age difference between my son and my daughter. After I had my daughter, literally I gave birth today, and within the week the weight had gone. I sort of went from a size 12 before I had her. After I had her, I was actually a size 8 at my smallest. So I'd never actually thought about, oh, I need to like actively go to the gym, or I need to watch my diet. I was just like, I eat what I want to eat, my clothes fit, everything's fine. However, now with my son, so it's like almost 11 years later, I had my son, and it was like, the weight isn't going. I've literally stuffed my face for almost 10 months, and the weight isn't going. I had my son, he was a big boy, 9 pounds, but the weight still wasn't going. Breastfeeding for almost a year and a half, weight still not going. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is what's happening. People are telling me like, oh, when you get, oh, excuse me, I've got a tickle. Oh. When you get to a certain age, everybody says, oh, your metabolism slows down. You can't just be eating what you want to eat. You got to start watching what you eat. And I was like, oh, no, that ain't going to happen to me. Okay, yes, it did. It happened. So now I'm sort of realized, okay, my clothes don't fit. My son's almost 4. Your clothes are just fitting now. But I had to change everything. So I've started to read more about fitness. I've started to look more at women whose bodies I like or want to sort of like dream of achieving something similar. You have to move more. A lot of the times before in the past, the businesses I've done have been very active. Now I find I'm in the car a lot, I'm behind a computer a lot. So obviously you're not burning the same amount of calories. And literally now I was forced, I suppose a lot of it is to do with vanity, but also just feeling better and looking better and having more confidence in sort of how you present yourself and how you feel in yourself. The cake has had to go because the cake was doing nothing for me, helping me to achieve my goals and helping me with my energy levels. Also, literally, I can look at a cake now and I think it just kind of sits on my hips and my tummy, and nobody wants that. So a couple of months ago, I got a personal trainer. I'd always thought about it before, but I thought, oh no, I can do this, I can do this. But sometimes I think you just have to admit, why would you not get a professional? If you can't do it, find somebody who can help you achieve what you want to achieve. And I kind of knew, like, I can find excuses for anything. So I kind of felt like I needed to have somebody who I know is going to kick me up the arse and who I've got to be accountable to. So my lovely trainer, first session was really good. She took all my measurements. We sat down. She was like, okay, so what are your goals? And I thought, okay, I've never really thought about this before. I knew I wanted to lose weight, etc. But I'd never actually looked at it in terms of like a business. Like I'd sit down and think about that all the time. Every day, what you want to achieve in your business. What are your goals? What are you working towards? What's the income? What are you spending? Except all those kind of things. So with fitness now, it's a case of she's asked me, what are your goals? My first thing was energy, because I think that's the root of everything. I know that when I'm not feeling energetic, I make bad decisions. I can't deal with life's daily challenges, etc. And also, I don't really have that many ideas. I'm not that creative because I'm tired. It takes energy, and you need to have energy to be creative. So I put down energy as my number one. First goal for my fitness. So I wanted more energy. So when I said the energy, she looked at me and she was like, okay, what are you eating? So I got a bit defensive because I was like, well, what's that got to do with the energy? And then I didn't say that, but I thought that I just sort of didn't say anything. So she was like, Sam, what do you eat? And then I was like, and I'm trying to think, what have I eaten? And to be honest with you, I couldn't even remember what I'd eaten like the previous day. So I said to her, just kind of sighed. And then she said, okay, that's the first job. I want a food diary for the week. So I was like, okay. And then I started to do a food diary. So some days were really good. I'll give myself that, but other days weren't so good. So I was literally getting up in the morning, and I could eat like 4 biscuits in the morning, then not having lunch, coming home, eating my dinner, also finishing off my children and whatever leftovers were there as well, working till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then eating a whole load of biscuits again before I go to bed. So seeing it all written out, I just felt really ashamed and really disgusted with myself. And then I started to speak to her about what she ate, because she's lost a whole load of weight. We've known each other for a while, and I've noticed like a big change in her appearance, her energy, everything. So I was like, okay, so what do you eat then? And then she was like, okay, food is fuel. And I was like, pardon? She was like, food is fuel. So she literally eats the same thing every day. And I was like, every day? And she was like, yes, every day. I was like, okay. So I started to feel a bit sad, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I can do this. But that's when the real brick hit me that you have a serious emotional attachment to food. Food doesn't make you. Like that emotional thing, you need to stop it. That does not make you. Yes, it can make you feel good temporarily, but you need to break the cycle. You've been doing it for too long and it's not working. So this was like about 6 months ago. So now my food eating is a lot better. I have a treat day, which is a Sunday. I kind of eat whatever I like, but I'm trying to do different exercises I do in the gym with the personal trainer. I've also been doing beach runs as well. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see about those. And I'm going to be posting some videos about that because it's really hard. And sometimes I'm just like, what the hell am I doing here? Let me just lie down with everybody else on the beach. I'm here sweating, my eyes are streaming, the sun's beating down, it's bloody windy, and I'm like, what am I doing here? But anyway, so I'm doing it, and every time I'm stopping less, I'm feeling I'm getting stronger, and I feel just more motivated, like I'm doing it for myself. And if I feel good about what I'm doing for myself, then I feel good about everything else. You know what I mean? I can deal with my clients, I can deal with my children. I can deal with things going on at home and within my family. So I definitely see the benefits, but it's literally like you have to go through some horrible stuff before you're like, oh my God, my skin's glowing, and everybody's like, oh, you've lost weight. So what you've been doing, you look really good. And I've brought new clothes, I've brought things that I would never wear. Even when it was probably a size 8, I never would have wore. But I'm feeling good. Like, it's kind of like, I'm not going to get back to size 8. I kind of dealt with that. But I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling more energetic, and I'm feeling happier. So I would really encourage you, no matter what size you are, if you really want to be successful and you really want to do well, no matter what it is you want to do, look at what you eat. Look at how you move. Look at if you do any exercise. Obviously, if you have a very active job, that's going to be the things you want to do is going to be completely different. But if there's areas that you're not happy with, they will affect you pursuing your dreams. They'll affect you pursuing your goals. So it's not a massive thing. It's small steps. This has taken me a long time to get to this place here. And I'm like, just literally, sometimes I feel like I'm just starting again. Every day is different, but I just take it sort of like day by day. Planning my meals, not emotionally attaching myself to what I eat today. So whether I have a good day or not, it doesn't matter. I still eat the same kind of food because I still want the same results. And that's what you focus on, the results, how you feel, and just looking after yourself. So I have a couple of things I like to watch. I'm going to put a link underneath of a couple of videos I use when I'm in the gym training, just to keep me on point, motivated, not giving up. So if you've got any comments, if you've got anything you want to ask or anything you could share with me to help me on this journey, would be great. I'm sort of like, I really look forward to reading and hearing those things. So please comment below. Please subscribe. And whatever you do, have a wonderful day. And thank you for listening. Bye.